All right. Are we ready to rock and roll today? I'm going to put my little cheat notes here. I got lots of cheat notes here. The reason why I got good cheat notes here is because we have a big, big day. How many of you guys are in a position where you were here yesterday? If you were here yesterday, put the word me. Put the word me. If you were here yesterday, put the word me, please. If you were here yesterday, put the word me. Of course, my VIPs were, right? How many of you guys in the VIP? So just so you guys know, as we're running this 2-week initiative, if you weren't here yesterday, we're running a 2-week initiative where I'm taking my Shanda on Demand, which is literally a training I do at this time, Monday through Friday, the first 3 weeks of the month. And the first 3 weeks of the month I work, and the last week of the month is my flex week where I go dark, which means that I don't typically have any appointments or anything on the last week of the month. Now, let me just manage some of you guys who are like, oh, she's got balance. My goal is not balance. My goal is not balance. It's not balance. It's not balance. My goal is to be a great mom. My goal is to be a more compassionate wife. My goal is to be a really, really great CEO. I actually want to become one of the best CEOs in my space. And that's a new vision as of probably the last year. And so it's requiring me to make some changes in my standards and how I run and where I apologize because I need to make decisions on something. How many of you guys, you have a hard time being tough? Any of you guys? Come on, don't leave me out here. Any of you guys have a hard time being tough? Yes. Okay. How about having a hard time having the hard conversations with people that you love? Right? How many of you guys will let it slip for a while? I see Cynthia's like, yes, me. Right? So yeah. So in order for me to go the next level, in order for you to go next level, we have to catch a next level vision. So I want to start today's training. Today's training, we have all of our trainings set up for the next few weeks. And what we're doing is we're focusing on creating 7-figure income streams in your business. Some of you guys already are millionaires. If you're already a millionaire, put an M in the comment section. If you're already doing $1 million a year, put an M in the comment section. If you're already doing $1 million a year, put an M in the comment section. If you want to become a millionaire, put I do. Put the word I do. Right? If you want to become a millionaire, put the word I do. Okay, so here's the thing. Some of you guys feel like I don't need that much money. And I just want to start today's training with this because yesterday I talked about the secret to pivoting is actually selling the vision. Okay, not the product, the service, whatever. I'll give you a real story on this. This morning I got on a call with some of my clients. I have a mastermind called Mentor Me Live. And I got on the phone with one of my clients who I helped them do a pivot, which is around vision. And they were like, Shanda, things just stop selling. Like we're in a rut. How many of you guys have ever been there? Put an R for rut. Actually, put the word rut. Any of you guys ever been in a rut where things are just not selling? So that's where my clients are standing. So we don't accept that. This is not like it's a recession. It's artificial intelligence. My dog ate my homework. Like, come on, guys. Like, we cannot accept that because if we accept that, then we're dead. We're dead in the water. Everything stops. You follow me? Like if you accept that what used to work isn't working, if you accept that people don't have any money, if you accept that people don't have any skin in the game, if you keep accepting a justification, then you will keep being let down. What if you 100% had the power to not be let down? How freeing would that be? Put the word free. Put the word free. If you'd love to live in a world that you stopped being let down, put the word free. Now, here's the thing. That is absolutely possible. When I got this in me, the excuses, I know some of you guys don't like the word excuses, but the justifications of why I didn't have a husband, why I didn't have children, why I didn't live where I wanted to live, why I didn't have a bank account the way I wanted, why my campaigns failed. When I stopped settling for that and I realized I am the common denominator in all of this, I have the power to change it, right? When I started to know that, and I'm not going to get motivational on you, I'm actually going to get tactical. I'm going to show you how to shift this. Today, we're going to talk about pricing and my pricing map. Okay. But before I talk about my pricing map, I want to anchor yesterday's training. And if you weren't on it, you need to go watch it on our Hardcore Business Facebook page. I think we streamed on YouTube. Anyway, my point is you need to go watch it and you need to study it because there was so much in it. Okay, so my client called, I talked to my client this morning. She's like, okay, so about 3 weeks ago, they finally had it. They're like, it's not working. Nobody's buying. Our conversion rates are awful. And they're in the dating world. I said to them, I said, instead of selling your dating program, right? Like I get this all the time. Real estate people are selling houses, therapists are selling therapy, doctors are selling health. Like, come on, guys. Like, why do people make more money as a specialist? Because they have a point of view. Write that down. If you don't have a point of view that people will disagree with, you have no stand. And your point of view has got to get bolder and bolder and bolder. I'll explain that in a second. It doesn't mean you have to be, it doesn't mean you have to pick a fight. Okay, like I'm not saying, some of you guys are disruptors, some of you guys are not, right? I'm not a disruptor. Every part of me has a hard time talking about some of the challenges that we're facing in the world right now, right? Like transgender, the cutting with teens, like the watered down society, right? Like I have a really hard time talking about these things, but I have to, because if I don't, then I don't talk about mainstream media. And if you understand anything about marketing, when you touch on some of these topics that everybody in the middle class tells you to be politically polite, everybody who's rich is the opposite of politically polite. They're the opposite of it. They have an opinion. So yesterday I talked about the power of vision. So my clients 3 weeks ago, I give them a new vision for their dating company. And I said, you guys, I don't want to hear about your program anymore. I don't even want to hear about your problems anymore. What I want to do is I want to focus on your people, right? Everybody put the word people, right? I want to focus on your people because that's a much more empowering conversation than your problems. Your people are exciting. Your problems are boring. I don't want to keep talking about your problems. Do you guys get it? Have you ever hung out with somebody who just talks about their problems? They are heavy. And if that's you, you need to hear me when I say this. Stop being heavy. It does not attract more people into your space. In fact, it makes sure that your children won't call you more often. It'll make sure of it, right? So lose the heaviness and get into the purpose, which is people, which is giving, which is contribution. So I said in their dating program, I said, let's not sell the program. I said, what's a great vision for your clients? So you need to study yesterday's. If you didn't study yesterday's training, study it. And I said, instead of your women, because they help women find their husbands. Okay, that's their goal. I know some of you guys would like women to help them find their same-sex relationships. That's not their stand. So the reason why I share that is if you keep fitting into what everybody wants, your company will be broke. Broad is broke. Right? And so their stand is traditional relationships. They want to help women fall in love with men and get married, not have here's another stand, not have, when they started with me, they were like, your forever partner or your husband. No, that's not really their stand. They said those things out of their mouth because they thought it would be more acceptable, right? They would get more customers or clients. They would be more politically polite. That's when they struggled. When they finally took a stand and said, I've got a clear mountain I'm taking these women to the top of. How many guys were here yesterday? We talked about this mountain, right? We did the homework. There's 10 of you guys who made $200 last night that my team's sending an email to this morning to let you know that we are giving you $200 because you did the homework last night, which was, what is the mountain you're taking your buyer to the top of? You are not just selling real estate. You are not just selling life insurance. You are not just selling coaching. You are not just selling a network marketing product. You have a uniqueness of where you're taking people. And if you haven't thought about the top of that mountain, that you are walking up with people, then you are boring, which means you are broad, which means you are broke, right? You guys hear what I'm saying? So we're going to move out of that. We're going to drop the offensiveness, drop any sensitivity, and we're going to be real. We're going to talk about the real things because y'all keep asking for tactics and hows. You're tired of just advice, and I give them, and then what happens is people don't want to make a decision. Can you guys make a commitment to make a decision today? Put yes in the comment section if you're game for that. Make a decision today. So I said to them with their dating company, I said, instead of selling a dating company where you're helping women find their husbands, which is great, we got to that stand. I said, how about let's look at the summer. How many of you guys have ever dated before? Any of you? Put a D in the comment section if you've dated before. Okay, some of you guys might not be dated. Some of you guys have dated, right? So, okay, good. Thank goodness we've got some people who have dated in the world. So, if you know anything about dating, maybe the odd one of you guys like it. But when you're trying to find your wife, your husband, it is a painful process. It feels defeating. It feels like either there's not enough time to date, or there's not enough right people out there, or you're not good at it, or you're not ready, or people like escape you or ghost you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not speaking to the choir. Y'all know this experience, right? So I said, let's create a mission. Let's not work for money. Money's important. It touches everything you love, your healthcare, your food, some of your joys, some of your freedom in life. But let's not work for money. We're clear about our targets. Everybody, on this 2 weeks that I spend doing Shanda on Demand and the Rise Up Now Challenge, we're focused on 7-figure income streams. We clear about that? Even if you don't want it, we are focused on 7-figure income streams, because even if you don't need it, somebody else needs you to stand up and make this type of money. Okay, and it is not that challenging. What is challenging is how you deal with pressure. That's it. And pressure comes down to either making a decision or not. You guys follow me? Yes or no? So I said, let's look at the summer and let's focus on a mission for these women finding their husbands. And I said, let's make sure that women are not, now write this down. You always want a comparable when you're talking about a vision, because you're always leaving one life for another or leaving one situation for another. Okay, so I said, either these women are going to date all summer or they're going to create memories with their future husband. Do you guys see the difference? So everything they pushed on for their enrollment of their product or their service, for them, it's a coaching program, right? It's actually a live event, is let's make sure that we can get these women set up so that they can be making memories with their husband by the summer, not dating. That comparable is very, very clear. Which one do you choose? So they sold like crazy. So now they go into another event. They call me and they say the conversion rates suck again. I go, I know exactly what happened. I go, what'd you sell? Their program. They sold their program again. Do you know how hard it is to get vision into people? Because what you think is people buy your program, they don't. They buy your leadership. Write that down. They buy your leadership. Everybody put the word leadership in the comment section. They buy your leadership. They want to see your vision for them. That's why people buy. So what happened was they sold out when they sold the idea of let's completely help these women like create memories with their husband by the summer instead of dating. And then when they went back to selling their product or their service, nobody bought again. So I share that and kind of prime the pump that if you didn't watch yesterday's training, it's critical. It's critical because you're going to have to change your vision, which is where are you leading people to, right? Where are you leading people to? Your product and service is a dime a dozen. I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just saying there's so many options for every single buy that we make. There's a bunch of hats. I can wear this Gucci hat, or I can wear, I love my no-name brand hat just as much as my Gucci hat. They have a different feel to them. One says be kind, which I love to wear. This one makes me feel a little bit more classy and not feel kind of slummish when I'm doing a live online, right? It makes you feel a little bit more dressed up, right? They have a different brand and a different feeling, but it's a feeling. This hat makes me feel different than the Be Kind generic hat. That probably cost me like $20, where I don't even know what this one cost me. But there's obviously a massive difference in the cost of the brand, and it's based on how you feel, right? Some people buy a Rolex, but then a Seiko is the same watch, right? Why do they both buy the Rolex? The way it makes them feel. So people are buying from you based on the way you make them feel. How can you help them feel great about being with you? A vision. What is the next mountain you are helping people climb? Okay, so I'm going to stop beating on that because I talked about it yesterday, okay? What we're going to shift into my pricing map. And I got to get you to do some work today. Are you guys ready for this? Yes or no? If you are on Facebook right now or Instagram, my request is to share this live on your stories on Instagram, share this live through Facebook, and let's get some more people rocking and rolling. You guys good with that? Yes? You guys good with that? You guys who are out there, we share this so that we can help more people. If we create more millionaires, if we put more millions into good homes, into good families, I really believe that we will lower the divorce rate. I really believe that we will have parents putting more money behind their children's education. I really believe that money solves a lot of problems, even though a lot of people say it's not all about money. Nobody said it's all about money, but it definitely helps. Got it? So share this out there. Let's get some more people on here and let's help people. Okay, so I'm going to go over something called our pricing map. Okay, Instagram, hopefully I can flip you over so you can see this. There. Okay, so this is called my pricing map. Number one on the pricing map is I need you to do some work here. So what is your priorities? So think about, everybody thinks, okay, so how do I explain this? Building a business is about service. It's not about you. And the more that you hear yourself saying, I feel like doing this, the more we got a problem. The more I need you to ground into what are your priorities right now in your life. Okay, so I have a massive priority that is very, very personal around our family legacy financially. It's a goal that I set a long time ago. I've got 2.5 years to hit it, and now it feels real. Right? And so I'm getting better and I'm letting go of the things that maybe I held on to in my character a little bit too long. I'm letting go of those very, very quickly because I'm on this runway and it's coming fast. So I have a priority of family legacy wealth. Like I have a priority of it. It's really important. In the meantime, I take care of my mom, I take care of my dad. You know what I mean? Like there's I even have our trusts and things set up to take care of Ash's sister, right? I don't know if she knows, I don't even think she knows that. Also, her first child, I haven't put her second child in yet. Like I have this real calling for family legacy wealth. And I include my husband's family, like my family-in-law. It's just something that God has just put in me. I don't know why, I don't understand it, but I'm super obedient to it. What is your priority? And don't compare it against mine, right? Like it's always different. It's like there's different seasons that we're in, but you need to know what your priorities are. Okay, so with that family legacy, I also have a very strong need to build a family that is connected. So I have this crazy vision to create $1 billion company, whether I can do it or not, create $1 billion company without dropping my family. And I see I'm coached by some of the best, and almost everybody screws up their relationship or screws up their time with their kids. Like it just happens. And so because I'm obsessed with that plan, and I don't know why, it's obviously not just for my family, but it's also for the role model that creates the Forbes, you know, the cover of Forbes articles. Like it's truly, I don't have a drive in me to be famous. I do have a drive in me to be rich. And I've never understood it, but I've just followed it. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So what is that for you? Go in the comment section and just share it, right? What is that for you? Okay, what is that for you? Where's the priority? So I have a massive priority to build a company that the employees are rich. How do I spell it? And this has not been an easy thing for me to figure out. I have not found that giving profit sharing in the company has motivated anyone. I gave profit sharing every quarter, where everybody in the company got the same profit sharing percentage. It did not change the work ethic, right? And so the big aha to me was, wow, like either I'm not landing my communication or I've hired the wrong people, which I'm not saying team hardcore that I'm saying, right? But I'm just saying these are the things that you have to analyze. What's going on? Do I have the right people? Are we in the right value system? Are we leading the team right with the right KPIs? Are we really teaching them how to create wealth, right? Because it's like, I know how to make you guys money. I know how to coach you. I have a very, very high success rate. In our leadership program, we have 99% currently of every client that's gone through that training the last 3 years has actually hit their result. Imagine that. Imagine if you weren't afraid to join another coaching program or sign up another mentor because you knew that 99% of their people actually hit their success rate. Like that's awesome. That is our real statistics in our leadership program. Right? You give us a goal, you do the leadership program, it's 2 intensives, and then you set a goal and we coach you to it. 99% of our clients hit their mark in 3 years. So that's not like 20 people went through. This is thousands and thousands of people over the last 3 years have gone through it. The reason why I share that with you is I know how to do that part. What I haven't figured out is how to do it with my employees. So I have this desire for family wealth legacy, but also employee wealth legacy. And I can see a vision connected to yesterday of what that could do as a ripple effect to other companies if we could actually teach them how to actually really encourage and teach and train their teams to be part of the company. Does that make sense? Like to be part of the legacy. Like, so how can I be a stand for your wealth and not a stand for the people that work at Hardcore Business as well? That was a big aha for me. So these are priorities. And I would say that this sums up my values, right? Don't drop the people that you love. Make sure that everybody around you, Shanda, has an opportunity to become rich. That's it. That's like my thing, right? What is yours? Second thing is what is your priority for your buyers? What is your priority for your buyers? Now, this is connected to yesterday. Told you that these trainings, it's going to click, right? As I do these. As you're taking these people to the next mountain, the top of the next mountain, remember my clients, the next mountain in the relationship world is not them buying their relationship product. It's not just them finding their husbands. It's not going through the summer dating. It's going through the summer creating memories with their husbands. Do you get what I'm saying? That's a mountain. I said, after the summer passes, you need to start talking about how we miss the summer. But what we can do is make sure that we focus on your Thanksgiving, your Christmas holidays, not spending them alone dating an empty dating life, but actually creating memories with your husband. What is that for you and your buyers? Think about the summer, right? I was just in VIP. In our VIP session, I was talking to Eugene before we opened up the live for the training today. And he helps tech people land interviews, right? Like actually land their interviews. And it's getting more challenging where the tech people are not getting solid interviews, he was telling me. And I said, well, let's look at your vision for your buyers. Your priority becomes, well, look, I said, Eugene, go look, ask ChatGPT or check on Google, right? Google's now getting slow. It's becoming the fax machine, right? AI is becoming the quick answer. Go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, how many people have gotten laid off in the last 6 months? And how many more are predicted to be laid off in the next 6 months? And I said, Eugene, when you talk to your tech client, your tech buyer, right? We're trying to help them land a good interview and find a value connection company that is going to go the distance. See, Eugene, how this is growing? That's going to go the distance. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a priority for my buyers. See, what you guys do, I shouldn't say that. Where the mistake happens is you don't come with the leadership of where am I taking my buyer. So if Eugene comes with the tech guys about, I'm going to get my tech guys hired by the summer, not just anywhere, but with a company that has a value connection and has the ability to go the distance, which means he needs to start doing some research, right? What are some of the companies that could go the distance? What are some of the different roles that the tech people can have? Because there's tech in marketing, there's tech in security, there's tech in building apps, there's specialized tech. What if you were a stand for them to be specialized now? Do you guys see what I'm saying? So what is your vision, which is your priority now It'll be different after the summer for your buyer. What is your priority for your buyer? Put that down. Y'all, are you getting it? Are you getting it? You getting it? You getting it? Right? Like if you talk like this, you will sell out because people will know they can trust you. How would you guys like to hire me as a business coach or how would you, I mean, you should not hire me as a business coach if I'm coasting. Do you know what I mean? Like I should be solving problems. I had a client call me last night and go, the person that does all of her live events, her husband's in the hospital, right? In critical condition, bless his heart. So now she was putting up banners at her event last night. And I said, you know what? You'll never do that again. Talked to her on the phone. I go, you'll never do that again. She started laughing. She goes, you're right. I will never put myself in a situation again that I am placing the banners. And I said, yeah, but this is exactly why people hire you, because this is the hero story. And when she goes around, because we've coached her and she has $1 million event, when she takes home $1 million in the next 2 days, there's the story of when nobody is around and she's putting up the banners. Do you guys get what I'm saying? There's somewhere in your life right now that you have to look at where am I putting up the banners in my life, or where am I avoiding doing it because it feels like too much pressure. You need to ask yourself, what's your priority for you? Because this is what you cannot let go of. I am not going to resent my life because I'm building a business. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to drop my husband. I'm not going to not read scripture with my son. I'm not going to be too tired to go play soccer with him at the end of the day. I am absolutely not living that life to grow a business. Do you get what I'm saying? That's my value. So people say, oh my God, I got fat. I got fat building a business. I'm like, so stop it. So stop it. Change the way you run your business. Don't drop your value system. That's your leadership, nobody else's. What's your priority for your buyers? Don't just let your buyers just kind of flounder and hire anybody. Show them you have a real vision. You know what the priority is based on the season that this world is in right now. Yeah? Now here's the last one. Where do you want to go? What is your priority for your company? And if you can't do this because you're driving right now, either give yourself a voice note or something, do this later. But you should just make some decisions. Money loves speed because you make decisions fast. Get it? Yes? Money loves speed because you make decisions fast. Don't sit there and go, let me see. No, practice making a decision. You can refine it later. You can make it better later today, but practice making a decision. Can I get a yes on that? So where do you want your company to go in the next year? And where do you want it to go in the next 3 years? We were interviewing yesterday and the woman said to me, where is your 5-year goal? And I said, my 5-year goal is going to change. It always does. It's going to change. And I said, I can tell you what my main target is, not the one that I'm going to get to someday, but the one I'm building now. Somebody need to hear that right now. Your destiny is not something that you put on sale, put on a shelf and talk about doing later. You're either the type of leader who steps up now and leads that vision forward and does steps starting today, or you're kidding yourself. It sounds good and you need to give yourself a pep talk because it's time to get into the game now because you are not producing more time. Okay? And so I said, here's where we're going to be in a year. Here's our 3-year, and here's the ultimate goal, which you guys know, the $1 billion company, right? I don't care how I get to the $1 billion company. I don't care if it's buying other companies, spinning off companies, whatever, right? So I have an income goal that's really in the next 2 years, but call it there. I have an income goal there before that mark hits, and I have an ultimate goal. What is that for you? So just put something down. Just put something down. Okay, just put something down. Have a target. Awesome. Beth said, I'd like to make a $1 million year. Well, Beth, you're in VIP, so we're going to work on that. Because in VIP right now, what we're working on is how do you put yourself in a position where you handle whatever it is that you're scared of, right? Every single one of you guys have a fear on the next million or the first million, right? How can my client do $1 million over a couple days? Because she's set up for it. And we handle the objections in her head and then the tactics in her business. It's just math. That's all it is. It's just math. Okay. So you guys got that? Yes? Yes, you got that? Okay, now click off this. So now here's where the pricing map comes in. So first and foremost, you have to ask yourself in a pricing map, in order for you to hit your company priority, I want you to stop copying what you see other people do out there, because that's not what leaders do. Leaders don't copy other people. They don't feel the shiny object syndrome. That's not what they do. They get a grip on that really fast because that never produced any freedom. Let me repeat that. They get a grip on the shiny object syndrome really fast because that never produced any freedom. So we want to eliminate this conversation like, I've got shiny object syndrome. No, you don't. You got a decision problem. And the decision problem is leading to a commitment problem. Are you guys okay if I'm just really honest with you with this? Because I want to see you win. Okay, so it's just better for me to be honest about this and not try and, walk on eggshells or be your friend. My vision is not to be your friend right now. My vision is to help you cross, not the smoke and mirror, excuse my language, but the smoke and mirror bullshit that people tell you online that they've sold 1 million or 10 million or all this, and they've done that over years. They're not doing that in a year. They're not doing it in a month. They're not doing it at an event. They're not doing it over a weekend. They are doing it over long periods of time. You need to be a detective. Okay, because I see it all the time. I see people ride on their husbands or their wives' coattails. Don't do that. Create it yourself. Be in integrity with the words that come out of your mouth, and 100% go create this. It's not that hard. If you haven't created it, you either didn't know how, which we're going to talk about pricing because it's important. So it's not just a guessing game, right? And pricing comes down to a strategy. But you have to look at what is your company priorities. Now I'm going to assume you're not going to give up your values. You guys get what I'm saying? Your values come down to how you run the inner game of making your priorities and your decisions. So tomorrow I'm going to have my friend Michael Strasner, and he's going to come and he's going to train you guys tomorrow 100% on the inner game of overcoming every block. So tomorrow is a non-negotiable. You need to be on tomorrow. Can you get a yes on that? You have to be on tomorrow. He's who coaches me. He's who coaches my husband. He is absolutely off the charts. Okay. And so we're going to handle the big nugget that maybe we're not talking about yet, about really what is the thing that's getting in the way, the boulder of you playing that game of going all in. So he's the all in. So tomorrow's about all in. Okay. So we're going to close gaps. And I guarantee you some people are going to have some massive breakthroughs tomorrow. Okay. But as of today, I'm going to assume you're not going to give up your values, which I know many of you guys do. How many of you guys give up your values? Put a value in the comment section. How many of you guys know that you give up your values? Here's how you know. Health is important to you, but you're not working out, right? Health is important to you, but you don't have time to cook, or you won't hire somebody on care.com to go cook for you because you don't have the money. Well, I'll tell you what you value. It's where you put your time, you put your money. Time and money. Give me your bank statements for the last 90 days. I'll tell you exactly what you value. Exactly what you value, right? Just go look at them. Go pull your bank statements over the last 90 days. If you spent a bunch of money on your business, congratulations. Congratulations. That means you're investing in something that you're banking on is going to win. Do you hear what I'm saying? And it takes build. Okay, so as we're looking at pricing, I don't want you to copy other leaders out there. I want you to look at your company's priorities. So company priorities can start with sometimes what's the problem? So let me list a couple problems. If you're in a situation where you are not good at sales, if that's you, put me. Actually, put the word sales. If you're not good at sales, put the word sales. Be honest, okay? And when you're honest, it allows other people to feel free and not feel bad about having that break, okay? So if you're not good at sales, put the word sales in the comment section. Okay, if you're not good at sales, that's a problem. If you don't have very much time, you need a higher quality sale, okay? You get what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then the pricing strategy that I'm gonna look at is I'm gonna look for a pricing strategy that gives me what's called a sales lead offer. Write this down because this is gonna go fast. Sales lead offer means it's a low price product. Right now in my Mentor Me Live program, it's our year-long coaching program. In our Mentor Me Live program, actually, let me ask you a real quick question. How many of you guys want to know about our Mentor Me Live program? put MML in the comment section if any of you guys want to know about it. Okay, so some of you guys do. Okay, notice what I just did there. Okay, so all that did was tell me if somebody wants to know about mentoring in business and get advice to give some more assurance or more structure around creating the 7-figure mark, right? And so I don't even know the link to this. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that up, hcbcoach.com, hcbcoach.com. I think, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think that I have 4 or 5 coaches on right now that can help you. I don't know what their calendars look like, but that's a power of asking people what they want. How many of you guys could do that on a daily basis? Put me in the comment section. How many of you guys could do that? Was that pushy? Was that salesy? Was that sleazy? Was that, no. This is the problem with my industry. Is people do things to you and they don't tell you what they're doing and connect the dots. Okay, so 100% you should get business coaching if you want to play the game at the highest level possible. 100%. So you can go get strategy with these guys, their advisors, and then ask them about Meant to Be Live, right? So if there's any spots left, go book a spot. But if you want to talk about Meant to Be Live, ask them for it. Like, can you tell me about the Meant to Be Live program and show me how it would help me, okay? So what I'm doing with them right now in Meant to Be Live is I have them on a 30-day stretch, right? If you go to my Instagram, you guys on Instagram, you can see I just happened to see one person's message on a 6-figure day, right? And I popped it up on my Instagram story. My point is that because I put them in a structure of every day, everybody playing has to go back in the Facebook group and they're on a stretch, which we call in our leadership program, is they have to make an offer every single day. One of the offers I taught them was a sales lead offer, which means that if I didn't have much time or I needed more of a quality person, because do you guys know my credit card is over there. I have to walk over there to get it. I have to open up my wallet. I have to look for the credit card that I want. And then you know what happens, right? You go online and you put it in and the freaking thing doesn't go through. How many guys feel that pain, right? It doesn't go through. You got your address wrong. Something's going on and it doesn't go through and it's very, very frustrating. For somebody to take their credit card out and put down, I'll explain what this is, a sales lead offer, to put down $9, write this down, $9, $19, $47, $99. For anybody to go put down any money and go through the pain of getting the credit card means that they are qualified. They want whatever it is that you have. Okay, now if you talk to those people on a phone call or in a group Zoom chat or a live event, if you talk to them and they don't convert, we don't have a quality problem, we have a sales problem, which I'm not going to go through today. Okay, but I promise you, we're going to talk a lot about sales and conversions, okay, because they're critical. Write this down, sales is leadership. If you're not strong at sales, you got to break down in your leadership. Because remember what I talked about yesterday, what's the top of the mountain that you're taking people to? When I've got a coaching client that's in the relationship business, stop selling your freaking products. Told her to sell. What did I tell her to sell? Memories with their husband this summer, not dating throughout the summer. That's leadership. Do you see how these two come together? If you can't see that vision, you can't lead it, which means you're not leading an emotion, that you're a mission. In other words, everybody wants to stop marketing and to start a mission, but you're not leading a mission. Mission comes out of your mouth because you see it for people. Are you guys making a connection here? Yes, around leadership and sales. It's massive. It's everything. If I want to make more money, I have to increase my leadership. If you want to make more money, you have to increase your leadership. If you feel bad about saying you want to make more money, you got to increase your leadership, because you got to have integrity in the fact that you want it and you feel bad about it. You get what I'm saying? So sales lead offer could be something like, I don't have one here. It would have actually been brilliant if I had one here so I could show you and then report back to you how many people actually took it. That would have been brilliant for me to do. here while I was teaching it, but say I was teaching on my pricing map, and say I said, how many of you guys, if I did a 2-hour workshop where we broke you into small groups and we worked on your pricing strategy to 7 figures, would say, I would love that. I would pay for that. Write the word pay. Write the word pay. If I spent 2 hours, brought my coaching department, my advisory team, and we broke you into small groups, and we said, okay, we will work with these small groups for 2 hours, and we'll create a pricing strategy to 7 figures. Just follow that map, right? Like follow the numbers, follow the map, don't divert from it. We know that making money is math. Creating millions is math. And what happens is when you don't trust the math, you get emotional and you quit. If you see the math, if you can see it, you can sell it, including selling yourself, right? So that would have been an amazing sales lead offer. So if by the way, you don't even need to have a sales page set up for this. You could, if you're with Infusionsoft or PayPal or any of that, I could have dropped a link and let's say charge $97 for that. Now, if I want more people, I might charge $9 or $19. Or I might say, you guys should be writing this down because one of these your spirit will lift. You'll be like, ooh, I like that. I might do $97 refundable. If you don't get a 7-figure map that you feel is valuable, I'll give you your $97 back. So go ahead and put your $97 down. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that could be a sales lead offer and it could be a refundable one. So now I want you to ask yourself, I know we're in a world, and I'm big on leadership, we're in a world that everybody tells us what we need to change, right? Am I right or am I right? I know I do it. I do it with people, you do it. We're in a world that we're often in a critic. For the next 30 days in our family, we're practicing the power of the tongue, which means that we are only speaking life over things, not death. In other words, anything that's critical, negative, whatever, we're practicing this in our marriage. We're practicing this with our son. And every time my son said something negative 3 times yesterday, and he had to give me 3 toys. And I will not give him those 3 toys back. I'm going to donate them at the playground later on today or tomorrow to the other kids. And I'm actually going to get him to give them to the other kids and practice being a joyful giver. But it's going to be tough for him because he loves those toys. But he shifted really fast and got out of any sort of anger, frustration, negativity with his tongue. And he learned how to lead himself in a productive, powerful way to be able to get a grip on his emotions so that he can make a better decision. Do you guys see what I'm saying? It took 3 toys, but he shifted really quickly after each one he gave me. He surrendered it quickly. How many of you guys would love to surrender your emotions that quickly in a relationship, business, frustration, making decisions, confusion, right? Yeah, 100%. So I want you to pay attention as I'm teaching what kind of lights you up. So I love sales lead offers. I love refundable ones as well. But the only reason why I would do a refundable is because I want more people. So this is where strategy comes in on a pricing map. Everybody wants to make more money, but listen, if you have, I've got let me see if I can pull this up here. If you've got, let me see here. Okay, so I'm pulling up a calculator. If I've got, let's say 97, no, if I've got, let me see. Okay, so if I've got, let's see, if I've got 40 people who buy the $97 offer, I think that comes to basically 4,000, 3,880. Okay, so how many guys would like to make basically $4,000 by today if we could have 4 people do a $97 take for you guys? How many guys would like that? Put yes in the comment section if you would. So that's great, but here's where the money's at. If you got 40 people on a Zoom call or 40 people on a phone call, how many guys would be willing to do 40 phone calls between now and the end of the week? How many guys would be willing to do that? Just put me if you'd be willing to do that. So some of you guys who are not willing to do that, if 30% of those people close, that means 12 people. That means 12 people, right? Follow me here. If you have, actually, let me take a better number here, an easier number. If we have, let's say, a $5,000 offer, that's what we charge for our leadership program, right? And I've got 12 people who say yes. That means I've made $60,000. Would I be willing to get more people into a refundable, lower the bar for them, a refundable Zoom or a refundable consultation to me? Remember why on the pricing map. Why would I do that? Because either I don't have a lot of time, I need more quality people, or I suck at selling. Because if somebody goes and gets their credit card, they're interested in whatever it is that you're offering, even if you don't know what you're offering yet. Okay, because I'm very, very well aware that some of you guys don't know what you're offering. Now, what if you're in real estate? What if you have a product like you're selling houses? Or, because by the way, doctors can do this. I have tons of doctors and nurses that I coach. Okay, doctors can do this. Obviously, coaches, teachers, authors, there's anybody who gives advice can do this. Okay, anybody who gives advice can do this. However, what if you're a real estate person? By the way, I created all of my, not all, but the majority of my strategies to get customer acquisition, I created in the real estate world. So what I did was I actually went for volume. So my pricing strategy was I needed to work with a joint venture partner, which at that time was investment groups. And they sent an email to their list, and that email was a Word doc that had a picture of a piece of real estate on it. And that piece of real estate had a deal. Buy this pre-construction real estate, get this discount. If you're interested, fill out this application. So this is an email with a free application. 100%. If I understood marketing at that time, I could have 100% put $9, $19, $97. Get access to this deal for $9. This and many more for the next 6 months. Get access to this deal for $9 a month. Get access to this deal for $19. Get access to this deal for $99 refundable. When we get on a phone call, I'll give you your $99 back. If you don't show up to the call, then we will keep your $99. Do you see that pricing strategy? Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So that would be a real estate agent, right? And so some people are like, oh my God, I'm just searching for buyers. That's the problem. You're hunting your buyer. If you're hunting your buyer, we have a problem. I'm leading my buyer. I'm leading you guys to $1 million income streams, right? If you want to make it in a month, you want to make it in a weekend, or you want to make it in a year, or if you're just starting a business, let's make it in your first 3 years. If you've been in business for a while and you're past the 3-year mark, you're not making $1 million, what are you doing? Connection is currency. Let's get closer. Because if we know the way, then why are you holding yourself back or not being seen? Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes? You get it? Right? So I gave a free application that got sent out by an email. I am very, very big on growing email lists. The reason why is because my beautiful peers out there in the world, they all have email lists and they all have text message lists, but they're not necessarily bringing that awareness to you that it's the foundation to all of our businesses. My foundation, love you Instagram, love you LinkedIn, love you YouTube, love you Facebook, amazing. But you are not the source of my financial freedom. The why. I don't own any of those platforms. Do you guys get that? Neither do you. Right now, I'm seeing all this stuff on Facebook about people's accounts being hacked and taken over and shut down and how to protect your stuff. Yeah, it's a variable game out there on social media. You can be shut down for not doing anything wrong. Your account can be hacked, and if all your revenue comes from that, how smart was that strategy? Not really smart. It's phenomenal to build, but you don't want to put everything in on it. You want an email list first. So I partnered with somebody with a good email list before I had one. It was a real estate investment group. And what they did was they would mail their list a Word doc with my free application, and no kidding, I'd wake up with 200 to 250 applications in the morning. I worked with the UK, I worked with Hong Kong, and I found those people on Google sending a video, letting them know if they wanted to buy real estate in America, it was on sale. It was the last recession. America is again on sale, and you guys who are pretending like it's not gonna happen, it's already happening everywhere. Pricing adjustments have happened in a lot of places. Some places in Florida, it hasn't happened yet, but I believe it will. And over the next 2 years, you're gonna see the pricing drop, just like it did in 08 when you got to 2010, 2011, you had your lowest price homes. You have homes that went for 800,000, that went for 400,000 2 years later. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like, watch, it's gonna happen no matter what a broker says or what anybody says, it's gonna happen because history repeats itself and nobody's gonna stop that. Do you see what I'm saying? No matter what their opinions are, history repeats itself. When a recession hits, this is what happens. Make sense? So you have to look at your pricing strategy and you gotta say, do I want a sales lead offer? Do I wanna offer something for free with an application? Another one that I use, I do a program where I teach people how to build email lists. Who needs an email list? Put the word list in the comment section. Put the word list in the comment section. This would be another great drop. You guys, I could be dropping offers all over the place right now. This is what I have my Meant to Be Live clients doing right now. If I had a link right now, it'd be a great opportunity for me to drop a link right now to go to that list building program, right? So I used to sell it for $3,000. Now I'm selling it for less right now. And I'm talking about shutting that down and rising it back up, right? Because I dropped it during COVID. That was a pricing strategy. Why did I drop the price from $3,000 way down during COVID? I wanted volume. So I want you to ask yourself, what does your business need? Is this helping you guys? Is this helping? Right? Because I want you to be empowered to make your decisions, not be like a deer in headlights watching people and going, oh, I need to do that. Or God forbid, not knowing what to do. I want you to make decisions on this live today, right? So what's the priority? I wanted volumes of people and I wanted to help large groups of people. And that's why I took my list building program and I dropped it way down. And literally there's some months we have 1,200, 1,000, 700 people that buy that program. That means that 700 new list building clients that I get to help take to the top of their next mountain. Because if they own their email list, if I owned an email list when I was in real estate, I wouldn't have had to go to a partner and split my commissions. But I was willing to do it because they had the email list. And when I would get 250 applications that I could call them, there's no way I could get through them all. It was just me and an assistant. And we ended up selling 15, 20, 25 properties every 2 weeks. I went from a real estate agent with no strategy, doing it like every other agent in the office. Don't do what everybody does in your industry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Look for where are you taking people, like I talked about yesterday, right? Before the summer or by the end of the year. Speak into that like it's a mission, nonstop, and you will pull your people. Then you got to figure out a pricing strategy because the people who pay attention. My friend Joe Polish says that all the time, right? And it's true. If you pay, you guys in VIP, right? You guys in VIP, are you paying attention more? 100%. 100%. How many guys wish you would have upgraded to VIP? How many guys wish you would have upgraded to VIP? Put VIP in the comment section. How many guys wish you would have upgraded to VIP? Why? Because I'm working with them when I shut off this live today, right? Hey, Courtney, you're already in. So you get what I'm saying? So you gotta ask yourself, what's your pricing strategy? How are you helping people? How do you pull out the people who really want you? And if you don't know what you're offering, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. You just have to ask people what it is that they want. And then you arrange your offer based on what they want. I'm gonna talk more about this. You cannot miss any of these lives. Okay, like on Friday, I have Suzanne coming to talk about you guys in VIP. Guess what? You're going to get her because I'm going to be at a lunch with Grant Cardone in Miami. And so you guys are going to get Suzanne all to yourself. She's the one who taught me how to create multiple 7 figures from a stage. How many of you guys want to know how to create a 7-figure talk? Put the word talk. Put the word talk in the comment section. How many of you guys want to know how to use speaking to create 7 figures? I am using speaking right now, right? Like, yes, you want to know. And by the way, I never wanted to speak. Okay, but I knew that I needed to learn how because my leadership comes out of my mouth and so does yours. So on Friday, we're going to talk about how to create 7-figure talks, right? And so she's going to do that. You guys in VIP are going to be all set up to win on that because I'm going to be at lunch and she's going to stay with you guys, okay? So for volume on my pricing map, I might offer something for free. Nowadays, I would have actually done a refundable to talk to me on that application. I would have had them fill out an application when they were done and hit submit. I would have had a virtual assistant create a redirect page that gave them a refundable deposit. And once they made that, those are the people I'd talk to. I would call every single one of them, but what I would have done is started with the refundable deposits. Do you see that pricing strategy? Do you get that? Did you see that pricing strategy? I'm starting with the most qualified and then working my way through. Last thing that I want to show you is, yes, you have the sales lead offer, right? Which we just talked about. $9, $19, $77, $99, either paid or refundable. But what else is there? What else is there? What else are some of the opportunities? Okay, so a great one that I love is bring a friend. Okay, so I recommended that if you guys are on this Rise Up Now challenge, and let me give the URL for you guys who are not registered for this right now. The reason why, you guys go in the comment section, how much do you love the pocket coaching? If you're not registered for the riseupnowchallenge.com, you guys on Instagram, I think it's on my bio. If you're not registered for it, you're not going to get pocket coaching. And the pocket coaching is going to get deeper. When I'm done every single training, I'm re-talking about how do you go use that right now? How do you think about that? I'm managing your mind through pocket coaching to make you stronger mentally. Millions come to mental strength. Mental strength can happen now, this week. It doesn't matter where you come from, right? So if you're not joined up to the Rise Up Now challenge, you need to do that, right? So that you get the pocket coaching. Now, here's the thing. How many people did I tell you to bring to the Rise Up Now challenge? Who knows? Who knows? Go in the comment section, let us know. That's right. Of course, VIP knows, right? 5. Okay, so do I win on that? 100%. But who really wins? This is me looking at the mountaintop. Like, you will never remember all these strategies. The only way that you will pick good strategies is if you're mission focused versus money focused. You got to be mission focused versus money focused. So my mission was like, shoot, like when we're done the Rise Up challenge, I go back with my clients and there's a bunch of people who are not my clients. And sure, we're going to make a big difference. That's my intention. Are we making a difference? Yes or no? Right? Is this valuable? Are you getting some aha moments? Are things shifting for you? Right? Let me know. Are they shifting? Right? Are things shifting for you around your money, around your mindset, around your quality of life? Hopefully. But this will come to an end and I will get on a plane and go to Ireland. Right? And so I share that with you because I'm sitting there going, they got to have more people do this with them. And the number that I know works is if you put 5 people on a text message thread. I only saw one post in the Facebook group. We have a Coach Yourself to Success Facebook group that we're doing homework in for this challenge. And I only saw one person post that they have their list of 5 people on a text message thread, which means you have to send them this link so they register. And then you guys stay on a text message thread to make sure you're showing up to the trainings, making sure you're doing the homework, making sure that you're catching each other when you emotionally want to bail. And then when we're done the challenge, guess what you get? You have that text message thread. So you can keep working together. You can keep pushing each other. You can keep loving each other through the moments that you want to quit. Do you guys see how critically important that is? You will never remember a bring a friend strategy unless you are mission driven. There is nothing wrong with you winning while you help other people win. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. So another strategy that I love is we do a bring a friend contest around our zone event. So everybody write this down. So this would be another thing. I would love to have a link for zone event, but the page I don't think is done right now. Right. And so the zoneevent.com, I don't know if that's done yet, but my point is that I want to show you, like, you could be dropping links and offers all the time. And there's always people who are watching that are appreciative because they want that. How many guys know you want to come to our zone event? It's in Austin, Texas, November 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's the most epic event I do of my life, for real. It's off the charts. It's off the charts. It's the most off the charts event I do. It's incredible entertainment. It takes education and makes it fun. And we have incredible breakthroughs financially. People don't walk out spinning, they walk out with a strategy. And that's always been our mission with everything we do. That's why I'm actually giving you real coaching right now. I'm not giving you the dog and pony show. I'm telling you what to do. Just like I tell my Meant to Be Live clients, and then they go and they do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I had a link for that, that would be great to drop. But one of the things we do is we'll run an 8-week contest where we don't pay our clients an affiliate fee, but what we do is we give them a $197 friend ticket. What do you think that does to the culture of my community? It's incredible. How many of you guys would love to hang out with more cool people? Put the word cool, right? When I say cool people, birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. So who do you think plays this 8-week contest? The biggest leaders. The most evangelistic, the most compassionate, the ones that want to win the prizes. So you've got drivers who want to win the prizes, because I put up prizes in the 8 weeks, like big prizes, like $50,000, $60,000, $80,000. The last group took the $80,000 and donated it to Underground Railroad for human trafficking, to stop human trafficking, right? Like they didn't even keep the money. But they wanted to win the contest. Like they were like, we're winning. You know what I mean? And what happened was one person went and got other people in our community and said, hey, if you're not going to go all in, come play with me and let's all contribute together and win that jackpot. And let's give that money to stop human trafficking. That's leadership. Do you see that? That's not like, can I get people to pay? Can I get people to buy the $197? That's about money. You need to become about mission. Do you guys see how this works everywhere? Right? But then there's people like, I don't want to refer to Shanda. I don't want to help her fill events. Like, they got a long way to go. But then you have the people like, think like that and say, Shanda, I'm thinking like this. I'm afraid my clients are going to hire you. So I don't want to play. Coach me on this. Those are the people who become millionaires. Amy Amada. Like, I can go down the list. Right? That those are the people who become millionaires. They know that this thinking is not working for them. It's not evangelistic. And if you want to create a movement, you want to create a mission, you need to not only be inspiring, not in charismatically. That's not a necessity. You need to be inspiring because what's coming out of your mouth is a mountain everybody wants to climb with you. Do you get it? Do you guys hear it? So all of that to be said, I run this 8-week contest. I put a bunch of prizes in it. And every week I push 3-4 times a week, and I push and encourage my clients to play and to bring friends to Zone Event. And after 8 weeks, last time we had over 1,000 people coming to our event in 8 weeks. That was incredible for our culture. By the way, this cost me way more financially to do than it does for me to just tell the marketing department to run ads. I will put out way less money, but this pricing strategy is a way that I can see my clients. It's a way that I can see their heart. Their heart connects to their income and their impact. It's the way that they get access to me. The people who play, I get a close relationship with because we're in a Voxer together. Some of them I call and help because I see they really want to make it. And I create relationships, but then they bring their people who are just like them. And guess who plays? The frickin' rock stars. The people that I want to know in our community. I have closer people to me that play Bring a Friend contest than anywhere else in my community. And not having that for 3 years during COVID has 100% hurt our culture. 100%. Why? Because people, write this down, people stay because of community. They don't buy because of it, but they stay. And when you're studying with your friends, when you take 5 of your friends and send them the riseupnowchallenge.com, put them on a text message list, you're more engaged and you have more bandwidth to overcome your problems. You need to know this for your businesses. Is this helping? Yes. So this costs me more, but now you've got 1,000 people. Let me do the math. We had a 30% conversion. So we got 1,000 people, right? Hold on. 1,000 people. There we go. Times 0.30, which I already know that, 300. So let's just take 200. If you have 200 people and I have a $10,000 offer for math's sakes, and I take 200 people, then you guys can do the math, right? Do you guys do that? It's a big payday. Do you guys get that? It's a big payday. So when you look at, this is 300, and you times it by 10,000, that's a way bigger number than that. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Now, a pricing strategy, if I take that 10,000 and I raise it to 15,000 or I raise it to 20,000, here's where you need leadership coaching, and I know it. Follow your emotions. How many of you guys are intimidated to sell at 20,000? Put me. Or put 20, put 20. Be honest. How many of you guys are intimidated to sell at 20,000 from a stage? Put 20, okay? Put 20. How many of you guys are intimidated to sell at 15,000 from a stage? You guys have to be here on Friday because we're gonna talk about stages, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a virtual stage or a live stage. How many of you guys are intimidated to sell at 15,000? Put 15 if you're intimidated by that number from a stage. How many of you guys are intimidated by 10,000? Right? Okay, but what if this, and I'm going to teach this, not today, because we're going to close up today. This is all about packaging. Because a real estate agent isn't afraid to sell a $200,000, $250,000, $500,000, $600,000 home. But some of you guys in the consulting business are afraid to sell at 10,000, 20,000, 15,000 because you're holding, not only, you're either holding yourself small or you're holding somebody else small. I'm telling you the secret, you can do some homework on this tonight, is building a package that is worth that dollar amount. Because you can finance that for people, or you can have painful options. I'm gonna go through that, not today, okay? But I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna break your mindsets on price points. Network marketers, who are my network marketers? Put network or put net, put the word net if you're my network marketers. Here's another pricing strategy for MLM. Okay, MLM 100%. I know many of your programs don't allow you to sell coaching advice or anything like that. However, if you sell it before they become a network marketer, then you have the ability to do it. It's all in the strategy. So for instance, you could run a challenge like this and make an offer, right? Oh, I don't know how to find the people. Then you should join my list building program. I don't have a link for that, but what I can tell you is that at some point I'm going to share with you guys an opportunity to work with us in our leadership program. And I'm going to throw in a bonus with that I'm going to gift you my list building program, because not only do you need leadership, you need leads. You guys get that? You don't just need leadership, you need leads. And if you've ever done my list building program, then I give you permission to be able to register and gift it forward like an evangelistic leader, okay? And so you need to know this stuff, okay? So in network marketing, you could do a challenge and you could sell a product for $1,000, and that after they work with that $1,000, you can have a conversation about the network marketing company. I just took a top network marketer, doTERRA, and showed her how to sell VIP days. It took her 10 months to finally freaking follow the coaching, but she sells VIP days like they're going out of style now. Like 2 a week is where she was last time. So I think she's selling them at $7,000. So 14K in extra disposable income in a week. I'm not saying you're going to do any of this. I'm saying these are pricing maps. And if you don't have a vision for the pricing map because you are focused on trying to make money instead of create a mission. Your pricing comes down to your mission. What are the priorities of the company? What are the priorities of you? Right? So I don't just, yes, you can make up pricing, but you need to understand, do you need a sales lead offer? Do you need a VIP day because you need, or a high priced offer because you need cash in the door, which by the way would be a 3-pay or 1-pay option. You don't give any other options. It's either a pay in full, or would it help if it was broken up into 3 payments? That's how you say it. Would it help if I broke it up into 3 payments? They'll tell you yes or no. It'll be a yes if they want the VIP day. They'll figure it out. Don't hold people small. When I was losing my homes to foreclosure, I paid $21,000 for a real estate mentor to learn how to invest in real estate. I learned how to wholesale real estate. I had to figure out the lead gen. How do I find the houses? Which, by the way, was putting signs in the middle of intersections with my freaking phone number on it. And then I had to have the courage to call those people when I didn't even know anything about real estate. I didn't even know how to analyze the house, but I knew somebody did know how to analyze the house. So I had a mentor that I paid $21,000 for. By the way, no payment plan. I couldn't find the money to pay my homes. I'm telling you, it makes me so mad when people hold people small. But people don't have the money. My client is a single mom. My client is a divorcee. My client is a young person. I was young, alone in America from Canada with no family around me. And I had courage to buy 3 homes. And unfortunately, that was in the time that they gave you the homes for really nothing, right? And I got myself in trouble and I lost my credit for 7 years. In those 7 years, God took what was made to hurt me and turned it around for good, and heaven opened up. And I learned how to create cash flow. This is how I create pricing maps. I don't look at what will your client pay. I look at where are you leading them? And does that have value? Because if that does, little old me losing 3 homes has enough courage to find a way to overcome my obstacle. The human spirit is so strong. Do not suppress it. And so we will rise up. Every single one of us will rise up. Put the word rise up right now. We will rise up above every single challenge that we have if we have a powerful leader in front of us, and you are a powerful leader. And as you get stronger in your leadership and you tell people, this is where we're going and we're doing it before the summer. And after the summer, this is where we're going before Thanksgiving. And this is where we're going before the end of the year. And you lead them, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a therapist, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever it is, I lead my kid this way. You know what I mean? My kid now leads me this way. It is powerful. It's filled with vitality and life. So if you want to rise people up and you actually care about the human race, which I know you do, then you got to stop pricing based on what you think you can get. This isn't about what you can get, my friends. This is about what you can give to your buyer. Whether it's a Gucci hat, whether it's a pen, whether it's the next greatest journal coming out, whatever it is, you got to ask yourself, what do I believe is the right move for my buyer, and speak it powerfully. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about your inner blocks. And that's the thing that stops your leadership from going to the next level. You hear what I'm saying? Yes? And we're going to knock those out tomorrow. But today, as we're talking about today, I want you to make a decision. Do you need a cash injection? You need to sell something at a high price? And do you need the courage to not water it down so it has such a small payment plan that you can't make it? Do you need to sell something on your pricing map for $3,000? Because if you sold 3 of these, you'd make $8,000 by the end of the month. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I could get you to hire a salesperson that sold, let's say 3, 6, 8 in a month, and we added some salespeople, and I focused you on just focusing. I know this is going over some people's head, but hear me for a second. It's about prioritizing. If I could get you to take some hats off and just focus with me on list building, and we focused on your leadership and stopped chasing shiny objects, stop saying what I'm ready for, or what I'm not, or what I like. I don't like pressure. Somebody said to me today, I don't like pressure. I'm like, I don't know any parenting job, any marriage job, any relocating to any other city or country, or building a business that doesn't have pressure. Like, I don't know what, like, that is not, it's how good can you get under pressure? Can you become a diamond, or do you become a nightmare? Right? And I used to become a nightmare. And I'm telling you, that's all leadership, right? And so I'm encouraging you to ask yourself, what do you need to do? Because if I can get you to make these decisions today on a pricing strategy, just one you can see, if you can see it, you can sell it. Just start somewhere. If I can get you to make that decision, then as we go through the next 2 weeks, I'm telling you, you're going to be a totally different person by the end of next week. I will stick with you for the next 2 weeks until the 19th of May. I'm going to show you how to change the way you think so you can see something differently. I got my Mentor Me Live clients watching, I got leadership clients watching, and I got new friends watching that I've never coached before. What I can tell you is we all have something in common. We want to rise up to the next level. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Yes or no? Right? And we want to rise up to the next level. So I encourage you tonight to do some homework. If you are not in our Facebook group, I don't have a link for that, unfortunately. I have this great little switcher, guys. Isn't this cool? I have this great little switcher that has all of my links on it. It's called a Stream Deck. It's called a Stream Deck. It's made my life, I've only had it for 2 years and I finally got my husband to set it up. But it's called a Stream Deck. It allows me to hit something. I'm like, darn it, I don't have the link for the Facebook group. But if you are registered for the Rise Up Now Challenge, right? If you're registered for the Rise Up Now Challenge, then we send out emails that has the link to the Facebook group. I need you in the Facebook group to do some homework, okay? And so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give away a trip for 2. You've got 1 year to use it. I'm gonna give away a trip for 2. You've got 1 year to use it. I will either send you to Mexico or Hawaii, you choose. A trip for 2 to Mexico, Hawaii, you choose, okay? And we will send you, got a year to use it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna find somebody who's got the courage to just say to yourself and say to us, what's the pricing map that you're gonna use? And tell us why. Are you gonna use the sales lead offer? What price are you gonna do it at? And what are you gonna get? What are you gonna give them for that sales lead offer? Are you gonna sell a VIP day with you? Because you need some cash to either pay off a credit card debt, or maybe need some cash because you want to prepay your rent. I prepay my rent. I have homes I own, and then I have a home I rent, and I prepay it 4 months, 6 months. Why do I do that? I don't like overhead. I'm the girl who pays everything up front, even when I had no money, because you always get a better deal. I don't pay retail. My pricing strategy is, how do I find a way to first negotiate? How do I get a discount on the rent if I pay up front? Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So some of you guys are like, I'm gonna go get a discount on my rent. I'm gonna pay up front. I'm gonna contact my guy, my landlord. I'm gonna say, if I pay you up front for the next 6 months, can I get $1,000 off my rent? Guess what? It's available. It's available. It is available because cash is king and people want it. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So we're gonna end today by saying, go in the Facebook group. If you're not set up for the Rise Up Now Challenge, go register. Go in the Facebook group, and I want you to share your pricing map. What did you learn from today? What are you doing? And here's what I want to share with you. You guys are not commenting on each other's stuff, and that's a problem. And we're actually seeing this in our own business community right now. And so I think I don't know if it's a world thing right now, but we're going out there and we're ambitiously doing the work. You have to remember, how you make people feel is more important than just doing the work. In other words, there's people on this Rise Up Now Challenge that want to be your advocate. They want to get to know you. And if you don't comment on their stuff and be a contribution, then I'm telling you, just from a leadership perspective, you are taking too much. Okay, you need to give. And I know you're all giving. So please hear me when I say this. I know some of you guys are exhausted, right? And we need to get out of that. The best way out of exhaustion is to give from a pure heart, not a martyr heart, not because I have to, not because there's nobody else to do it, but because I want to. So you guys need to be commenting on each other's stuff. Can I get a yes on that? You need to be commenting on each other's stuff. So if you go through the Facebook group and you see somebody sitting there and they like, there's homework from yesterday that I am the only one who commented on. And I was like, this is sad because there's more of you guys than there is of me. Okay. And I'm busy too, but it is about how do you make people feel? And that is critical. You buy on feelings. Your buyer buys on feelings. Your joint venture partners, like my real estate deal, they buy on feelings. How do you make people feel? It's a lifestyle of a way of being. It's not a diet. You can't just be nice to people when you're ready to get something. You need to live that way all the time. You guys get it? Yes? We are all entrepreneurs and business people, and we need each other to rise up and get to the next level. All right, VIP, I'm about to switch over to you guys. If you guys want to stop the lives, social media, love you. We will see you tomorrow morning at 9